Ebusia mame mama kwa bambra to fact media na ebusia ene ensama Ever.Sammy Gyamfi akukura bade MPP for ebu afu say Ever.Sammy Gyamfi emuade ne emuade kina simple because anytime ya wani MPP for be radio station na TV station anase wanko bi kwa na e friend radio so a asem obeka no eya na ase obeso o kire say MPP for anko school na MPP for abon na MPP for adwene nya adwuma abusia aye big push soul sources won sensem ya bi ana Suleman Braimah Suleman Braimah awoye one of the MPP communicators kotna asempa na oni obi edi hu nkomo na nsem a Suleman Braimah kafa Ever.Sammy Gyamfi hono na no den na obi tia Ever.Sammy Gyamfi na to na adwuma mte hey tie nsem a ekoso MPP fo na ebo di say wo opposition no o kan so source ho nsem say ye bribe na ye corruption na ye pesemi nkuminya na ye de ben nsem bebre ana Sammy Gyamfi so no menti ase I have to educate these people na nsem a Ever.Sammy Gyamfi aka ne na afa MPP fo ho aka fa Suleman Braimah hono minu aba ma me maame ne me papa wo afidie so na say NDC for MPP for tiasim we a omo be foot broth sa na NDC for nso tombe ka Sammy Gyamfi really akwa na wanya 37 years no wa ben ankasa wa ben abusia me pese me cheche na me ka ne tententen no mom yenkotie mra yewura obi efre Ever.Sammy Gyamfi na o educate MPP for mom yenkoni yenkokotie ha edu fact media subscribe like na share na afofra nya bi hwe
Suleman na me pato mame simamie no production catcher me say lawyer Sammy Gyamfi ni din aba ye nkomo aye die mu nto obepese obeyi nsem ne bia no kakra ma me nko no na reference to ne nsem a oka wo opposition no onfa mu nkyeremu no emra Sammy wote me nka hello
Obi
yeah, Sammy wote me nka good yes na matesa wo say udin aba ye nkomo yemu na o asem kakra bi ka me pato ma me ntio
yo Obi medase mema was chief nyina aha na milia penwe Suleman Braimah o studio so machia na we kabima nka bibio sane ye no amamwo
asempa
enti minimse obia betwa na den and at the end of the day no Ghana for omunim de no will make an informed decision. The office me adwuma me nya ne ntie ora Suleman Braimah was sempa and then someone walk and say we bought Sammy Gyamfi more than 10 times and as Sammy Gyamfi can say and as Sammy Gyamfi can say. So it is important to give an appropriate response to the several references he has made to my name. And in Simbia, author said, maybe a chem, the kind of so saying. Obi, did kind of say, Sammy Gyamfi, Nina baby and kada, set so sourcing, etre chronobo. Na say, ye abaya jumebi, na ye use so sourcing as a procurement method. Na etre se kiane king, chrono was a jumenimu, minkedi sada. So we analyze ubia semwa waka. You don't just take a small part. You look at Nipana semno kaya no as a whole and the context within which a Nipana kasa semno. There's Sammy Gyamfi any NDC for kaya about so sourcing in opposition. Yen train ye humfidi ho yen se sa ya no ye ba ben mu yi e hwa li gina ene se so sourcing is the norm for public procurement. It is ye ya benjuma I was say ye ma emudaho na companies ahodwa o gidi se wo se fata se obetimi aye se eduma ye ma obakwenya. But emrana say ye ya benjuma ye mamu na omo ye qualified obi entimi mpre no. Essential who can say under certain exceptional circumstances, no, utimi yesu sourcing. Both on NDC 360, any moment of truth press conference, the discuss say the rampant abuse of sourcing by the then MPP administration, I took time to explain the exceptional circumstances under which ultimate source sourcing. Na me argument say, we source sourcing do na abanda dane ya na omu need sa exceptional circumstances. Number one, and number two, so no na human no according to the findings of the Auditor General, a boy was here day no. Omo de boni bi atoto so ama o minor eboka. And we cited the performance audit conducted by the Auditor General on cocoa rows MPP for betina konyanso omo ye. Auditor General said 87% of those cocoa rows were not done through competitive tendering. And at paragraph 61, 62, 63, 64, 65 of the Auditor General's report on those cocoa rows, on making the find and say MPP4 not only breached the law on sole sourcing, because according to the Auditor General, those projects that were sole sourced, Cocoa Board in their letters to PP, did not provide justification to warrant the use of sole sourcing. And number two, those contracts, in some cases, were thrice. Or a boy a day sole source cocoa apina. Na ya moho miensa a boy a day similar roles to competitive tendering. So it is within this context, and as Sammy Gyamfi, and the NDC can say, MPP4 Tietia procurement and Mraso, and your sole source and basa, and the board menu chrono. Young candidate that said because of that, Yabetina Kunyaswa, you sole source and that for any project. So you can't say Suleman, Braimah, regionalize you so, or Mammy Sadans. Young candidate so that say so sourcing, or the year you may be necessarily or no womb. What I was saying about acquire Ministry of Roads in 2025 to date.
But you would agree, Sammy, apart from the Ayêkã will make reference to no, or sign reference the current road minister Kanye, the Omampeni Kasasu Kanye as early as Oba Baimu 2025 State of the Nation's address, to the extent the source and crowd or Bane any other. These are very recent. More outlook on soul source and over say Enya de Papa. He also made that point.
Enya no cre. The edika Obetina who say Sammy Gyamfi. So let us establish that Sammy Gyamfi baby can say so the soul source and yet on minor jumebia. Net Tresa Kia ne King Krono womb. Sammy Gyamfi was addressing the abuse of sole sourcing by the previous government. Sammy Gyamfi gave specific examples, and Sammy Gyamfi quoted audit findings of the Auditor General to support his claim. There were thousands and thousands of other sole source projects. NPP for Sammy Gyamfi and can watch them. Because sole sourcing per se was not the problem. The Sammy Gyamfi can one seminal was in respect of
the Auditor General.
Projects, Auditor General say and follow sole sourcing in Seshaya Wombrem. Any sole sourcing, Auditor General say a boy a day, and more many fleas got 3 times. So let us establish say Suleman and Braimah arguments anchored on Sammy Gyamfi. Sammy Gyamfi can be biasa. Now, even on the other NDC personalities, I am challenging him. President John Dramani Mahama baby and can say obe bani so source. What President Mahama can say? Ye consider emra ebe bani the rampant use of source sourcing except in exceptional cases. And the President Mahama quite say. And
also just a repetition of what's in the law, because law no for exceptional circumstances.
And some don't hold me on this point because I know you don't have time. This is supposed to be a brief intervention.
Okay.
Nana Minister Honorable Suleman Braimah about studio I would have agreed to come there because I'm using this medium to challenge him to a one-on-one debate on his so-called expose about big push projects. Nebema Ghana for who said the Yemi Kano. Waira. You see, Obi?
Very well.
Kwame Aboja, NDC, President Mahama, we've been consistent. You can check our manifesto.
Okay.
We promise to stop the abuse of sole sourcing. And then stopping sole sourcing and the abuse of sole sourcing, they say, Adia, and some fatacracy, they use sole sourcing. What we miss remember? Now you use sole sourcing. That's number one. And number two, Adia, over so use sole sourcing. The Amrane say, I was away, no, I was away. And a boa, what they sad, you know, through sole sourcing or something. I was say a boa, a competitive. A boa no crewum Emma or minor and
that's fine.
Now, Obi, you're dealing with this issue. We're just quickly on some of the things I heard. Suleman and Braimah
say. Because of Emren said he he is here on a one-on-one interview. Now, I say or respond to it. No, let me make the point. If we have to call you back, we'll grant you that opportunity.
I promise you, I won't take 5 minutes of your time.
5 minutes is too much. Dabi, 5 days too much.
Suleman Braimah hold on. Mr. Suleman Braimah is a consummate, Democrat. And I know he is not afraid of dissent. What do you say? And it's just 5 minutes. You see?
No, Mr. Suleman 2 minutes.
He doesn't even know, sir, to do competitive tendering for a major road project like big push projects, it will take 1 month. He has said on the Kosi saying, "Sir, yen to me is far 1 month in your competitive tendering." Wow! So he doesn't even know the laws or the rules of competitive tendering. For major roads like this, also be a competitive tendering. The law says advert be 1 year 3 weeks for expression of interest, evaluation and shortlisting of firms. 2 weeks. Preparation of requests for proposals will take you between 1 week to 2 weeks. Submission and evaluation will take you at least 2 weeks. Submission by the entity tender committee for approval will take you 2 weeks. If you have to go to Central Tender Review Committee, it can take you to 2 to 3 weeks. If Central Tender Review Committee needs clarification, it can take you 1 to 2 weeks. So for you, I will need a certain expose to demonstrate even a clear misunderstanding about the time required for competitive tendering. But
would that then mean, sir, and our buy we not the moon to mean competitive tendering be
to me, Obi, Mother, and Sawam to Kwase Quine a quina say, Nipetimi dimu traffic 5 hours. No, baby back. Some part to Jenny. The coin we are Nipe also. Are you telling me? Say, we are the 6 to 7 months. I have borrowings a year. Yes, also you do 3, 4 to 5 months. And why tender? And then you are your contractor, which I look, Suleman Braimah cost inflation. Okay, 1 million. Back anywhere.
Onyanka who asem wo ha enti
he doesn't understand it. Now the advice, I will not go into the details because you don't want me to go into the details. The advice
yes,
he has built a great reputation that we all admire and respect over the years. Manema and Prophobia misleading no man say anything. If you don't have information, you ask. A one way I know. And you know about Kwame Aboja office no cha sika and no cha bo. The various technical agencies, Ghana Highways, Federal Roads, they design, saving the country 5% of project cost. I call Ghana Institute of Surveyors. And what mama yomo validation. And if you Suleman Braimah, on your quantity surveyor, on your auditor, on site any evaluation report or audit report. Now, find the cost inflated. You must give us your evidentiary basis. You don't do a simplistic pedestrian analysis of dividing the cost of a project by the kilometers. You don't look at scope of works. and you conclude that the project is inflated, and you are undermining the integrity of distinguished government officials.
Let
It's
him,
very unfair on the start.
Mate,
Now,
let him
create the
respond.
platform.
Yes,
You know,
yes.
any day, any time, members of me, Gyamfi, me Jai Gold Board, me ba betina ho. On one by one, or say companies be only 1 or 4 workers. Companies be capacity. They are not true.
Very
We
well.
will take the issue one by one, and we will expose the oil and say, or saying the trading.
Me that say, ma yemfa NC, I mean, or making a point.
Welcome to Gyamfi Media. Hear it loud and clear. Breaking news, truth is what we hold dear. Ghana's newest voice, rising to the top. With facts we confirm, no chance we flop. Headlines, analysis, real interviews. We dig deep, we don't just break the news. Authentic, bold, we pass the test. Gyamfi Media, bringing you the best.